and welcome to the class of 2022 Memorial High School Commencement Ceremony. Please remove your caps, bow your heads, and join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to come together on this beautiful day to celebrate our high school accomplishments and graduation. Without your loving guidance, none of us have made it to this day. We thank you for giving us loving and supporting parents and teachers that have guided us through our many years of school. We also thank you for your everlasting love and steady hand through all of our stressful days and long nights. Please continue to bless us as we enter a new phase in our lives as we go off to college, the military, or the workforce. In your name we pray, Amen. Now please stand if you are able and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. While searching for the right words to describe the past 18 years of our lives, a famous quote sums it up like this: "Life is a dance. You learn as you go. Sometimes you lead, and sometimes you follow. Don't worry that you don't know. You learn as you go." High school has been a dance that has allowed us to learn the new moves that will make us better prepared to conquer life's challenges. There have been parts of high school where I've been unsure of the next step or a little offbeat, deciding which classes to take, failing that big test, or dropping a pass in the game against Salina. However, there have also been some parts where we're in sync with the music, acing an exam, winning WBOs, or hitting that high note during a choir concert. The music of the Song of Life will continue to make us learn new moves for the dance that life brings. The best part about dancing is that we can always take a step back and take a break, or decide to switch up the style or the speed. In high school, sometimes we also need to step back, as many of us have to rethink our future plans or change sports or classes in order to continue the dance of life. We have all gathered here today to celebrate this dance of life. We celebrate the highs and the lows of our high school career, but it is only an intermission. The dance is not over yet. Now we must move forward into the choreographed part of the dance as we all go about our own paths, unsure of what the future will bring. The good part about life and dancing is that we can dance any dance we choose. It does not matter if we know the steps or not. We can make them up as we go. As each of us go our own separate ways, to college, to the workforce, and to the military, remember that it is okay to be unsure. But just as you made it through the dance of high school, you can make it through whatever else life has to throw at you. Be confident in the knowledge that you have learned in high school and apply it to your new dance moves that will bring you all the success that life has to offer. At this time, I'd like to invite Chase Jacobs to the podium to give the class address.
Nostalgia is defined by Webster's Dictionary as a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for return to or of some past period. Nostalgia can come about in anything from looking through a scrapbook to hearing a certain saying, such as, "If you give a mouse a cookie, he is going to want some milk." This is a line here that many have probably not heard in a long time. I was in the same boat until this past fall when I got the opportunity to go and visit classrooms in the primary building. It was there where I read this book for the first time again and watched as the kids sat and listened, not realizing that we were all once those kids. Nostalgia quickly set in, as that was one of my favorite books as a young child. So let me take you on a journey back to the simpler times when we were those kids. When we walked through the doors of the elementary schools, some of us at the East Primary School and some of us at Holy Rosary, we had no idea what we were in for. No one really knew each other that well, but that was all about to change as we grew up together from that point on. We traveled from school to school together, picked up some new friends, lost some old friends, and gained plenty of memories. Some of us liked reading, some of us liked math, and some of us liked lunch. At that age, it was inevitable that we were all bound to try to be like everyone else because we had no idea how to be different. That was okay back then, but it is now time to embrace being different. Look around at the many kids you're sitting by. No one is exactly the same. Now look at the many people in attendance today. Even those who are bound in marriage have their differences, which is exactly what is needed. The world does not need another great man like Mr. Ricker, for example, because we already have our Mr. Ricker. This world needs an Ellen Schlomer, or an Ava Gottschalk, or a Parker Miley more than ever. This world needs the next generation who is going to go out and make a difference and shape the future into what they want it to look like. That generation is us. We will be the ones to make a change, to rewrite the history books, to go out and be different. As you go and write the next chapter of your life, you may catch yourself looking back through old yearbooks or scrapbooks and may feel that chill down your spine. That feeling is nostalgia. To have all those memories rushing back to you is wonderful. Just remembering all the laughs and good times that you had is amazing. What I did not mention earlier in this speech is that nostalgia has a second definition, which is also defined by Webster's Dictionary as the state of being homesick. So when you get your diploma and go your own separate way, do not forget where you came from and all the people you're sitting around right now. Just as you do not want to drown in the milk after you're given your cookie, you do not want to drown in the real world. Take your symbolic cookie, your diploma, and go make the best out of it. Go and make the best out of your life. Whether you use your diploma to go into the military, into the workforce, go to a trade school, or go into college, make the best out of your life. Thank you, class of 2022. Make sure you make a change that will be remembered. Now please help me introduce our superintendent, Mr. Bill Ruane.
Good afternoon. I am Superintendent Bill Ruane, and on behalf of the St. Mary City Schools, I would also like to welcome everyone to Memorial High School's 2022 Commencement Ceremony. As a Memorial High School graduate from the class of 2000, I am extremely blessed and honored to stand before you today as the Superintendent of St. Mary City Schools. To the parents, family, friends, community members, and staff, I would like to thank you for your support you have shown our students, our schools, and especially these graduates. Our graduates are truly blessed to grow up in St. Mary's and to be Rough Riders. To the class of 2022, I'm extremely proud of you. I have had the unique opportunity of being involved in most of your development and growth over the course of most of your lives, whether it be coaching you in youth sports such as soccer, volleyball, basketball, attending your field trips, concerts, games, and banquets, or serving as your superintendent. Heck, I even changed one of your dirty diapers. Through it all, I have most recently had the honor and privilege over the past 4 years of watching you grow and mature into confident young men and women ready to take on the world. You have achieved a great deal during your 4 years at Memorial, whether it has been in the classroom, on the athletic fields, on the stage, or in the community. You have excelled while representing MHS. As you move into the next phase of your lives, I would like to wish all of you the best of luck as you pursue your dreams. I urge you to keep a positive attitude when things don't go your way, because they won't a lot of the times. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Your character, your success will be defined by how you overcome these obstacles and the great things that you do accomplish. High school graduation is not an end, for learning is a lifelong journey. You have merely come to a fork in the road. Over the last 13 years, you have been taught skills and knowledge in which to help you decide which path you will take, and that will determine and influence your adventures along the way and ultimately take you to your destination. Every year I started giving this creed called the Rough Rider Creed, and I'm going to give it to you guys as well. Follow what I have termed the Rough Rider Creed. You are a Rough Rider. Don't forget it. Saddle up. The ride will often be rough. You may get thrown from the horse a time or two. Get back on. Brush the dirt off. Ride on. Hang tough. Enjoy the rodeo. And make us proud. Remember, once a rider, always a rider. I am pleased to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Holly Nelson, or some of you may previously recognize her maiden name, Holly Van Schoik. Holly is a 1999 graduate of Memorial High School, where she graduated as valedictorian and was a member of various sports teams, scholastic clubs, and show choir during her time at MHS. She attended Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and their European campus in Luxembourg for her undergraduate degree in business. Next, she continued her studies at Miami University, earning her master's degree in accountancy, and then attained her CPA license, which she maintains today. Holly started her career with one of the top public accounting firms, PricewaterhouseCoopers, in the assurance practice in Cincinnati, and then later transitioned to their Chicago office. Her career next took her to Abbott Laboratories Healthcare Company in the accounting and finance area, where she has the opportunity to immerse herself in cultures around the world as she worked on multi-week projects in over 20 countries, extending from Central and South America to Europe and Africa, as well as Asia. Today, she works for IDEX Corporation Manufacturing Company, headquartered in Chicago. With more than 45 businesses globally and growing, some of their more well-known products include Jaws of Life, used in fire and rescue, paint color dispensing machines used in every Home Depot, and manual and electrical valves used by John Deere on agricultural equipment. Holly has had increasing roles and responsibilities at IDEX over the last 10 years and currently leads their mergers and acquisition integration work on their finance side, where she spends much of her time on site at the latest acquisitions' domestic or international locations. Holly and her husband live in Chicago with their beloved husky, Mila, but it wouldn't be unusual for you to find them hiking in the Patagonian mountains of Chile, camping in the Serengeti of Tanzania with lions, or scuba diving with humpback whales and sharks in the South Pacific waters. While her adventure and work help her maintain a globe-trotting lifestyle, her commitment to family and friends often brings her back to Ohio. Today, I am pleased to welcome her here with us. Without further ado, Holly Nelson.
Thank you, Superintendent Ruane, for the gracious introduction. And thank you all for having me here today. It is truly an honor, and I hope I can muster up my former God, flag, and country speech competition skills to live up to the occasion. It may have been just a few years, or 25, but I will try my very best to eloquently convey my words of encouragement for our class of 2022. I want to start by congratulating all the graduates. Today is a milestone in your life that you will always remember, the start of your very own journey. Let's have a round of applause from the audience of family, friends, and your fellow classmates. Now, I'm not going to pretend that we are the same, or ignore that today's world has different challenges than I faced when I sat in your shoes many years ago. But my guess is that you are feeling that same mix of emotions that I also felt. That butterfly excitement for a new setting, new people and relationships, new adventures, new accomplishments, new levels of freedom. But then I would be lying if I also didn't recognize that knot in your stomach of the unknown for basically the exact same reasons. You might be wondering, am I ready? Ready to make my own decisions? Ready to branch out? Ready to start a new job or a new school? Ready for the changes ahead? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret of adulthood. We call it fake it till you make it. Feel free to laugh, but it is so true. And I say that because no one is ever truly 100% ready for anything. But you move forward with confidence and purpose that you can figure it out. And I am confident that each and every one of you has the skills to be successful. I know this because I know the foundation that comes with the St. Mary's graduate. I'm going to share a little of my own family background and journey to elaborate on my point. I didn't start my life in St. Mary's. In fact, my father was part of the military, so the beginning years for my siblings and myself were spent in several different places: Mississippi, Georgia, Arizona, Japan, and Virginia, D.C. area. When my dad retired from the military and left a job he absolutely loved, it was for one reason: to move his family to St. Mary's, Ohio, where he was born and raised, so that we too were given the opportunity to develop the same work ethic, values, friendships, and education that is the pillar of this community. And I don't think I fully grasped what that meant until I started sharing things about myself to my new friends, my coworkers, and my now husband, where they all struggled to relate. I remember talking about St. Mary's teachers and coaches that I still keep in touch with because they left such a profound impact. I even took my husband to meet one of them. Well, everyone has to meet Mrs. Rhonda Shelby. She is a force of nature. I slightly digress, but the point being that there is a real sense of care and effort taken by our educational leaders, sports leaders, and community leaders to help students push to their full potential so that they gain that work ethic and educational framework, which is critical for the future. Think about your time here. I can almost bet that each of you has at least one, if not several, teachers, coaches, or other supporters that come to mind. Furthermore, some of my very best friends today are still my closest friends from high school. The same goes for my siblings. Actually, it seems to be a trend I see across many St. Mary's graduating classes from the past. It doesn't mean that we don't also have many new friends and relationships that extend well beyond our high school years. And it doesn't signify that we aren't growing and exploring ourselves, but it does demonstrate that the friendships we make here last. Our values and beliefs continue to align and keep those bonds strong. Reflect on your own friendships. You know I'm right. Well, I hope I've got you thinking and recognizing those foundational attributes in yourself from your St. Mary's influence. But wait, we may have skipped over a very important part. We said these foundations of work ethic, values, friendships, and education lead to success. But what exactly is success? Well, that one I can't necessarily define for you, as we should each have our own meaning of what success looks like, depending on what we envision for our lives and for our dreams. To my point, even our trusted friend Google quite broadly defines it as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. I'm going to further extend that concept to say that we can have several layers of success, both professionally and personally. So don't be afraid to set your success barometer with metrics that drive you, not how someone else might define it. In my own life, I come back to my St. Mary's Friends example, and I can confidently say that we are all very successful, and they have just as much right to be up here, giving their thoughts and words of encouragement to you. But Our paths and definitions of success are quite different. In fact, I'm most likely the outlier in the group because my dreams have always been to see the world. And because of that, I seem to constantly be wandering somewhere in my personal life and embracing jobs and projects that take me all over in my professional life. Truthfully, I'm not sure if I'll ever get enough of it, but I can most definitely say that I have accomplished my goal to travel with more than 85 countries visited and experiences on all 7 continents. The important point is that there is no end measurement when you stop. And the person to your right or your left right now could have very different plans for their future. But there's no wrong answer or metric that will rate one of you as more successful than the other in the end, because only material, tangible things can be measured, and success is so much more. I stumbled across this quote from actress Kerry Washington I think sums up my message well. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. So I leave you with this. You have the foundation, St. Mary's graduates. Go find your very own success story, whatever that might look like. And congratulations.
Thank you, Holly, for your message. This class of 2022 has a special place in my heart. I've been with this class for the past 7 years. I've had the privilege of welcoming them into the middle school when they arrived as 6th graders, and I helped them figure out their locker combinations. I was their assistant principal at the middle school for 3 years, putting some hard time and helping them complete Mrs. Seaworth's and Mrs. Steyer's math homework. I see you, Mrs. Stewart. I've been a number of band and choir field trips where they would coerce me to go on roller coasters that I had no business being on. And I may have done the same to you, to a few of you out there as well. Some of you have joined us in the last year or two, and you've also made a big impact on our class. I've watched you grow as students, as athletes, as performers, as artists, as musicians, and most importantly, as classmates. This is a hard class for me to say goodbye to, but I'm very excited to see what you're about to do. I'd also like to bring attention to the empty chair with the gown for Shelby Jacobs. We lost her way too soon. Shelby was an important part of this class, and her presence is missed today, and she's here with us today. It is an honor for me to welcome the students, parents, family members, and friends as we gather here this afternoon to honor the class of 2022. I would like to thank our superintendent, Mr. Bill Ruane, and the members of our Board of Education for participating in today's ceremony. I applaud our honors seniors who selected Chase Jacobs to speak on behalf of the class of 2022. Chase has been a tremendous leader for this class and for our school. He has been a leader while on the football team, the powerlifting team, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a member of the National Honor Society. Chase will be attending the University of Cincinnati in the fall. Today wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the help of the many people behind the scenes. Thank you to Mr. Roby, Mrs. Frankenhauser, and Mrs. Lambert for organizing and preparing today's music. I'd also like to thank Mr. Zerby, Mr. Ricker, Mrs. Burke, Mrs. Torres, Mrs. Slife, Mrs. Reason, Mrs. Flippo for their assistance today. I have to give a big shout out to our first-year secretary, Mrs. Amy Felver, who does most of the organizing to make this such a smooth day for us. Spring Flowers put together today's beautiful flower arrangements for us. They included a commemorative flower to honor Shelby Jacobs. She's the white flower in the middle. I'd also like to thank Rich and Doug Spencer from Rider Nation Station, who are filming today's ceremony. St. Mary's Memorial High School was named as a tribute to those who have served our country. St. Mary's Memorial has been recognized by the state of Ohio for the Purple Star designation. The Purple Star designation for military-friendly schools recognizes schools that show a major commitment to serving students and families connected to our nation's armed forces. Our community, students, and faculty recognize the sacrifice you have made so we can enjoy our freedoms. If you are a past or present serviceman or woman, please stand if you are able, as we thank you for your service to our country in defending our freedoms. Thank you. We have several members of this graduating class that will be serving our country in the military upon graduation. They are wearing red, white, and blue cords to designate this honor. Will you please stand and be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. May God bless you and protect you all. Now I would like to recognize those seniors who have earned the designation of Honor Senior. These students have maintained a 3.6 GPA throughout their 4 years in high school. Please hold your applause until all of these students are standing. Liz Ackroyd, Reagan Amstutz, Caden Brackman, Lydia Bupp, Hunter Klauser, Kendall Daringer, Gavin Enoch, Asher Fox, Brooke Fricky, Susanna Good, Ava Gottschalk, Kelly Grannon, Brandon Gross, Ross Henshin, Samantha Hertenstein, Morgan Hirschfeld, Trevor Heisey, Tyler Heisey, Cole Hughes, Natalie Imwally, Chase Jacobs, Kyle Kogi, Gretchen Langston, Aaliyah Larson, Trey Leatherman, Jarrett Lunds, Olivia Lutz, Lexi Mabry, Elena Manker, Connor Milner, Dakota Moore, Joel Niekamp, Lily Olear, Mackenzie Ott, Carly Overly, Stashu Patterson, Robert Pretty, Gavin Reinecke, Noelle Ruane, Olivia Rush, Audrey Ruth, Tyler Revolt, Ellen Schlomer, Carter Schmidt, Katrina Sharp, Savannah Slater, Zach Spicer, Kyle Steiniger, Joseph Vanderhorst, Arabella Vanderpool. Nice job. You may sit. Now I would like to recognize our 2022 valedictorian, Liz Ackroyd. Liz is the daughter of Pete and Allison Ackroyd. Liz boasts the highest GPA in the class while being heavily involved inside and outside of the classroom. While at MHS, Liz was involved in swim and dive, cross country, track, marching band, concert band, jazz band, woodwind ensemble, pep band, and National Honor Society. Outside of the classroom, she's also very involved. Liz is involved in summer swim, dance, church youth group, and she has been on several church mission trips. Liz will attend the University of Cincinnati and major in civil engineering. Her goal is to travel the world, exploring infrastructure and study new ways to build bigger and better. I'd also like to recognize our 2022 salutatorian, Caden Brackman. Caden is the son of Nicholas and Krista Brackman. While attending MHS, Caden has been involved in soccer, baseball, Scholastic Bowl, Student Council, National Honor Society, and FFA. Caden is a state FFA degree recipient. Outside of school, Caden has been on the Junior Fair Board through 4-H and has been involved in the Aviation Explorers Club. Caden will be attending Wilmington University, where he will be supporting the Fighting Quakers. Congratulations, Caden. Best of luck to you on your endeavors. Liz and Caden, we're very proud of you. Congratulations. Graduates, this journey to the celebratory day is made by the support of those around you. Many of the people who guided you on this path are present in this room. I'd like to recognize those people. First, if you are a faculty member of St. Mary's City Schools, please stand so we can thank you for your hard work and your dedication. Parents and grandparents, I'd like you to please stand and remain standing so we can thank you. I know it means you got to actually stand up here. Please stay standing for a second. Parents and grandparents of our graduates, thank you for your guidance, love, and support for your sons and daughters, especially through these trying years, these trying teenage years. Let me make sure I make that clear. Even though these teenage years were tough, it's the moments when these young men and women were babies, toddlers, and the little squirts in elementary school where your life lessons, discipline, and support has built the foundation of this product you have before you now. Graduates, you're going to do me a favor. Please stand. Try to make eye contact with somebody who's here for you today and give them a big round of applause for being here for you today. Thank you. This senior class is blessed with a lot of talent and a lot of leadership. Some of you have already made your impact at the state and the national level. I can't wait to hear from you in 5 years and see where your journey has led you. I'm proud of this group of young men and women. I'm extremely proud to call you fellow alumni. As you go off to become more independent, continue to surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Continue to surround yourself with a support system who comforts you when you stumble. And remember to stay in touch with the people who are here for you in this room today. Continue to make us proud. And remember, once you're a writer, you're always a writer. Before I present this class to you, I ask all members of the audience to hold your applause until all graduates have received their diploma. I always say that, and it never works out. So I ask you to keep it respectful so we can keep our line moving. In the words of Mrs. Reason, we are who we are, and we always accept that. And I feel like in St. Mary's, we know we're not some suburb of Chicago or Cincinnati or Columbus. We are who we are, and we accept that. So keep your woo short so we can get these guys through the line. Remember, you're the ones in the line. You're the line. The longer you keep this going, the longer you're sitting here. Announcing the graduates will be our Assistant Principal, Mr. John Zerby. Presenting the diplomas, along with me, are Board of Education President, Mr. Chris Falk, and Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Bill Ruane. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride in presenting to you the St. Mary's Memorial Class of 2022.
Elizabeth Ackroyd. Caden Brackman. Chase Jacobs. Morgan Allen. Reagan Amstutz. Kaylee Arn. Braden Banks. Austin Berry. Dina Bohan. Brandon Bowers. Reagan Brock. Kylie Brooks. Haley Brown. Haley Bupp. Lydia Bupp. Jason Bird. Joseph Caldwell. Ramey Casebolt. Calvin Kaywood. Jayla Clayton. Hunter Klauser. Kylie Coffey. Kaylee Coldiron. Ashton Kramer. Autumn Crowell. Ryan Davis. Drew Dameyer. Cole Dickey. Kendall Daringer. Cooper Dingledine. Vidalia Dixon. Noah Denez. Garrett Donovan. Tabitha Doty. Carter Dysert. Brianna Easley. Kaylee Eigenbrod. Cadence Ellis. Bianca Andreas. Tanner Engel. Gavin Enoch. Amelia Fast. Ethan Fenwick Miller. Landon Fisher. Jenna Fowler. Asher Fox. Aiden Francis. Tyler Frank. Jordan Freewalt. Brooke Fricky. Tabitha Gauze. Christina Gang. Tiffany Gerstner. Dylan Giesige. Susanna Good. Ava Gottschalk. Kelly Grannon. Brandon Gross. Jacob Harden. Jacob Helsel. Braden Hemmelgarn. Preston Henning. Ross Henshin. Abby Hertenstein. Samantha Hertenstein. Dylan Herzog. Monica Hill. Morgan Hirschfeld. Trevor Heisey. Tyler Heisey. Zachary Haney. Dimitri Holsinger. Zachary Hotrum. Skylar Huff. Michaela House. Tanner Howe. Cole Hughes. Jordan Humbert. Bryce Houston. Ashton Ibarra. Natalie Imwally. Hunter Jackson. Jocelyn James. Aiden Kiefer. Tynan Keel. Cole Koenig. Caroline Kesters. Kyle Kogi. Ethan Kreitz. Gretchen Langston. Aaliyah Larson. Trey Leatherman. Mackenzie Lindeman. Kara Lockard. Jarrett Lund. Olivia Lutz. Alexandra Mabry. Roxanne Martin. Tiana McElroy. Carson McLaughlin. Ryan Meyer. Elena Manker. Logan Meyer. Parker Miley. Connor Milner. Andrew Moore. Dakota Moore. Haley Mullins. Isabel Nagel. Aaliyah Newland. Jewel Niekamp. Lily Oliar. Jocelyn Opperman. Mackenzie Ott. Braden Overly. Carly Overly. Stashu Patterson. Abigail Peterson. Clara Poe. Emily Pond. Robert Pretty. Jacob Ream. Gavin Reinecke. Miguel Rios. Elisa Roberts. Haley Ross. Jordan Roy. Noel Ruane. Olivia Rush. Audrey Ruth. Tyler Ruvolt. Ellen Schlomer. Carter Schmidt. Xavier Schwartz. Katrina Sharp. Amaya Sharp. Carter Sharp. Savannah Slater. Brett Speckman. Zachary Spicer. Logan Spray. Zane Springer. Kyle Steininger. Craig Stutler. Avery Sutton. Macy Turner. Dane Valdez. Joseph Vanderhorst. Arabella Vanderpool. Clay Walter. Elliot Wedding. Parker Wiekert. Kirsten Wheatholder. Cameron Wilker. Nathan Wilker. Lydia Will. Aubriana Williams. Madison Williams. Sierra Williams. Megan Young. Monica Young. Eva Youngs. Carter Zimmerman. Alba Sanchez Feito. Aristide Brazil. David Vermouth.
I forgot to mention in my speech, one of the things I'm looking forward to getting rid of these guys, this is the class, the only class who's ever toilet papered me while I've been a principal. Hopefully that stops. At this time, At this time, I'd like to ask our senior choir members to come forward. Under the direction of Mrs. Lambert, they will sing their senior song, Rise Up. At the conclusion of the senior song, they will lead us in the singing of the Memorial High School Alma Mater. When they start singing the Alma Mater, I invite you to stand up and remain standing through the Alma Mater. The words are in your program.
Living life. sea. To the blue of memorial we will be true. To your gold brightly shining we look anew. To you our alma mater sings every son and daughter. Proudly wave the blue and wave the blue and gold. Your traditions we uphold.
We did it. Well over 2,300 days in school, and we're finally here. This is the day that we dreamed about as kindergartners, talked about as fifth graders, we're anticipating as eighth graders, and we're excitedly working towards as high schoolers. And now the day has come when our dreams, anticipations, and hard work have reached their climax, our graduation day. 13 years full of memories, friends, the best and most devastating moments in clubs, activities, sports, and relationships. Seeing in our lifetimes the rise of smartphones, the invention of drones and streaming services, and last of all, the COVID-19 pandemic. So much history has been made in our short lifetimes that when our grandchildren learn about this age in history, they'll wonder how we lived through it all. We have faced every obstacle and challenge that has come up over this past decade with the determination to put our best foot forward. But of course, no graduate will be in this position if they did not have the support of those around them. From parents, siblings, and other family members, to friends, teachers, and staff, no graduate would be here if it weren't for your guidance, support, and encouragement. Every one of us graduates cannot thank you enough for everything that you have sacrificed to make sure that we can be where we are today. As we move away from home and build a life of our own, we will only gain more appreciation for all that our family and community has done for us and the countless hours that they sacrificed to prepare us for this important milestone. Seniors, it cannot be stated enough the amount of late study nights, fun times, and memories made along the way to this moment. As we are drawing near to the last moments that we are together, we must realize that this end is just a new beginning. As Zig Ziglar once said, remember, your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. Each one of us seated here today will go on to accomplish great tasks, and with goals and determination, all of you can reach any destination that you desire. We must light a passionate flame underneath ourselves such that we become the best version of ourselves. And of course, remember that it is okay to fail. Failure is a part of life and is the separator of good from great. And without a doubt, all of you have the potential to be great. Each one of us seated here today can make the right decisions as we are the next generation of leaders and people of impact. We are the future. As we leave here today, we will go down separate paths that will lead us throughout the state, country, and world. As excited as we are to make our mark in the future, let us take today to celebrate all that we have accomplished. Together, now let us become alumni of St. Marys Memorial High School. Seniors, now alumni, and all others in the audience today, please join me in celebrating our accomplishments and our future.